The spiritual climate of Brisbane and Australia, and definitely UQ, is moving from postmodernism actually to kind of a post-Christianity, really. And people are very apathetic, specifically apathetic toward the truth. But now people aren't as concerned with the truth. And so for me to go and say that the gospel is true, to say that Jesus really did rise again, people actually aren't concerned with that truth. What they are concerned with is it good? At the start of last year, Kyla Allen, who was on staff with Lead here, and myself, we met Ben Mulday, who is a student at St. Leo's College, and he was an atheist, or maybe he would have called himself agnostic, and had some strange views on Christianity. And Kyla and I we kept going around, we kept spending time at Leo's, and eventually we developed a bit of a friendship, and eventually we started reading the Bible with him. He's very church. He grew up in a Christian family somewhat, and so he knew something about what the Bible said, and he probably thought he knew more than he did. And through just a lot of reading the Bible one-on-one with him, and Kyla and him spent a lot of time just getting to know each other really well. And eventually he said he just saw that we read the Bible differently, and we read it as if it were true. And yeah, he just kind of realized eventually that life maybe just wasn't as good as he thought it was meant to be. And he realized that he was missing something, and essentially gave his life to the Lord. Realized that the gospel was the thing he was missing, and that relationship with God was the thing he was missing. And it's becoming more and more important in Australia, and I think in Australian culture, that trust has developed and relationships are developed. And I think people are less willing to talk to people they don't trust, and talk to people who they don't think actually care about them. I think that's where Lead can really help us. I think Lead staff have a capacity to be on the campus that's beyond mine, and even beyond some of the other full-time Australian staff. And I think they really have a unique ability to just spend time around students, get to know students, form relationships, and just love them well. And then I think out of that, they just have a unique opportunity then to share the gospel. So my vision is to see Christ-centered labourers raised up here at UQ, and to see Christ-centered labourers raised up in Brisbane, to see Christ-centered labourers raised up all throughout Australia, so that Australians will be a part of reaching all the nations. And for that to happen, we need Australians to be raised up. And I think the role that Lead will play in that is going to be significant. I think the capacity that you guys have when you come over, the capacity that Lead staff have just to be around Australians and just to share their excitement and their vision for the nations with Australians, I think that's going to play a huge part in raising up nationals to reach the rest of Australia.